This is just to document troubleshooting a dual AC system. This happens to be a Durango. Others are similar. My controls are set up from the front, but I have controls from the rear seat, and that's going to help us troubleshoot it. I know my blower works, but I have hot air coming from the back, whether it's selected to hot or cold. So when I put it to cold, I still have hot air. Now I know the front gets cold, so I believe there's enough Freon in the system. Since it's dual AC, it's one compressor and 2 evaporators, 2 blowers, 2 blend doors. I'll switch to the back so we can get a better view of what's happening there. Okay, so here I am in the back of the Durango, and I got this plenum back here, and it's got a front actuator that tells me whether it's coming from AC or heated air, the heater core. And then I also have an actuator which is taken off, but I found out that my old blends. So I have the rear actuator here that moves when I select hot or cold on the dial. It'll move between the heater core and conditioned air. So when I checked it did in fact move. It rotated like it should have and gave me, it looked like it was working. But when I pulled the actuator off, I could see that the blend door was just, this piece would just rotate. So the blend door was disconnected from this rod or where it's hooked to this actuator. Ended up getting a piece from the junkyard and putting it in. Not an easy job, but I did do it without taking everything apart. I did have to separate it, this plenum, with this by taking the screws out from the top and the bottom, taking the blower hold down hardware, front and back. So by removing the fasteners, I can move it out of the way, and I prop 2x4s, pieces of 2x4 to prop it out just enough to put the blend door in. And I'll show you the piece from the junkyard so you have an idea of what it looks like. But that door is set up like this inside there, and here's the actuator, just like our actuator on the car. And this actuator just spun without any movement on the door, so it just spun. And the reason was because the door is broken, so it never spun on the shaft. I mean, it never rotated with the shaft. It just sat there in the heated position. Also, by only removing half the plenum, I was able to not mess with the heater core or the evaporator that's in this unit. And so far so good. Hope this helps. Alright, there's the forward hold down bolt that has to come off, the bolt for the blower, and then you can move the front duct out of the way. And then also the rear bolt. You can get a light on it in the back. There it is.